Thanks, Jody. Good morning. Well, a special weather statement has been issued for the sea to sky country this morning. More heavy rain is expected in the area today, and people in Pemberton who are still cleaning up from a huge mudslide over the weekend are extremely concerned about this weather system. Up to 40 millimeters of rain could fall in the area over the next 48 hours. The Squamish-Lillooet Regional District says it will be on high alert, and it may even consider reinstating evacuation alerts in some areas. River levels are also expected to rise, and with that, the mayor of Pemberton is warning visitors to stay away from high water. A lot of hillside debris has also come down, but local river levels have dropped significantly since they reached their peaks on Sunday.
I'd say in the sea to sky corridor, specifically Squamish, up to 60 millimeters of rain. A lot of that gets elevated by the strong wind aloft. So actually in Pemberton specifically, it might be 25 to 30 millimeters of rain over the next 24 hours.
The Independent Investigations Office is looking into the death of a senior at a retirement home in Agassiz. Police were called to the building yesterday morning after receiving calls about a man holding what was believed to have been a knife to his stomach. He was taken into custody and was transported away by ambulance to treat his self-inflicted injuries, but the man died in the ambulance on his way to hospital. It's being considered a police-involved death, so that's why the Independent Investigations Office has been brought in. BC's Children and Youth Representative says she was misled by the Ministry of Children and Family Development in the death of 18-year-old Alex Gervais. The teen in government care died last Friday after falling from the window of a hotel in Abbotsford. Mary Ellen Turpel-Lafond has launched an investigation demanding to know why the teen was not in the care of a foster family or a group home. The BC Coroner Service is also investigating. A 24-year-old man has been arrested in connection with an alleged sexual assault against a young woman at Kwantlen Polytechnic University. Greg Harper is live at the Richmond campus this morning with the details. Greg.
Good morning, Kyle. Well, this is pretty alarming that somebody would do something like this. Police say the alleged sexual assault happened on campus here last week. It was on the evening of September 16th around 8:30 when a 19-year-old woman was approached by a man claiming to be a massage therapy student at Kwantlen University. He was conducting a survey, and after the completion of it, it's alleged he offered the victim a complimentary massage. Instead, though, the woman was sexually assaulted. Richmond RCMP arrested a 24-year-old man a couple of days ago. Investigators are now wondering, because of the methods used here and the manipulation that took place, if there may be other victims out there.
He's 24 years old. He is a Richmond resident. He is not a student at Kwantlen Polytechnic University, and he is not known to police.
Anyone with information they may think will be helpful to police, you're asked to give Richmond RCMP a call. Kyle?
All right, Greg Harper reporting live this morning in Richmond. Thanks, Greg. Now, all 5 of Canada's national political leaders are in Montreal this morning preparing for tonight's French debate. Political analysts say the focus of this evening's discussion will most likely be centered on NDP leader Tom Mulcair and Bloc Québécois leader Gilles Duceppe. Polls suggest the NDP has managed to maintain much of its momentum in Quebec since the party's 2011 electoral breakthrough under Jack Layton. That election saw Duceppe lose his seat and later resign as leader. Now, there's less than a month to go before Canadians head to the polls, and if you were to cast your ballot today, it looks as though the New Democrats would be coming out on top in British Columbia. A new Insights West poll finds 34% of decided voters in this province would support the NDP. 28% favor the Conservatives, 26% side with the Liberals, and 11% are going with the Greens. Overseas, more than 700 people have been killed in a deadly stampede at the annual Hajj pilgrimage in Saudi Arabia this morning. 800 others have been injured. Today's disaster is the deadliest such incident at the Hajj in more than 2 decades. The stampede happened in Mina, which is on the outskirts of the holy city of Mecca. Now, every year, the massive ceremonies present a huge security and logistical challenge for authorities. I want to take you live right now to Washington, D.C., where you can see Pope Francis standing inside the house here, making history, becoming the first pontiff to address U.S. Congress. He is making a short speech here during a joint session of the House chamber, inside the House chamber. And later today, he'll be heading off to New York City, where he is scheduled to make an address to the United Nations.